Hey, what's up, guys? Jumping here, and I actually wanted to talk about something today that I was really pleased about and really happy about. Now, this relates to Microsoft, so some of you guys are gonna be like, "What? A positive video about Microsoft? This is insanity. What the hell?" But yeah, actually, I was actually really pleased with them last week, and I'm still kind of pleased with them right now. Now, if you don't know what happened, they actually had this like ultimate game sales last week. I think it's over now, or it's about to be over. But yeah, that was really cool. I gotta be honest. It really did put a smile on my face. Just because, I mean, it shows that they can actually do it the right way. They can give us digital downloads at a cheap price. I mean, there were some games on there for like 20 bucks if for a new game, or really a relatively new game like Tomb Raider was 20 bucks. Borderlands 2 was $10 and $5 or like $2 for some of the games that are kind of older. That was great. And I hope that by them doing that, they'll see that, yo, these games actually got downloaded like crazy when they actually gave a discount. So if you want people to like digital downloads, you have to do things like that. When you have a game up there for like 6 months, it's been out for 6 months, whatever, and it's still $60, there's just no point because if it's 6 months old, there's a very good chance you can go to a GameStop, you go to the store, buy it new, and or at least buy it used and get it for so much less. You could probably get that 6-month old game for 40 bucks new at a retail store. And if you get it used, God knows how much you'll save. You'll save a lot of money. So I was really digging the fact that they did that last week, and I hope they continue to do that. That's something that they should learn from just last week, is that they need to do that every couple weeks or every month at least. For 1 week in every month, have this great game sale kind of thing. Because if you offer games like, I think one of the games on the list was Mass Effect for $5, okay? $5, that ain't nothing. And that's a great deal for Mass Effect 1. Such a good game. You offer that game for $5, there's going to be, a lot of people that never played Mass Effect 1. They're going to be like, hey, it's only $5. I've heard it's a great game. Let me download it. They download it, they play it, they get addicted to it, they love it, they love the story. What do you think those people are going to do? They're going to buy Mass Effect 2. And then they might buy Mass Effect 3. Believe me, EA is going to make money from that. BioWare, Microsoft, everyone's going to be making money from that. So that's a good idea. Now, besides that, which they did, that made me happy, Don Matrix is gone. Now, I bring that up only because I had a wish list. I really did, actually, about things that I wanted Microsoft to do to make me personally happy. Okay? And on that list, one was get rid of Don Matrix. Now, we all know he left for Zynga, is the name of the company. I personally think he got fired, but, that doesn't really matter. If he was fired or if he really just quit and left, it doesn't really matter. He's gone. So that part of that list that I had, done. The next one that was big for me was give us incentives for downloading digitally. They just did that. So, or at least they showed that they can do that. That's another check mark. Getting rid of the policies, or at least DRM and the always online, that was huge. They got rid of those. Check mark. The only thing left on my list, honestly, that I really want them to do more than anything else is to lower the price on the console, come out with a separate bundle that doesn't include the Kinect. If you make it an optional thing to buy the Kinect, they would have to get rid of the whole thing about how it has to be connected for the Xbox to work. It's very important to me. I mean, I personally think that the way it should be is, let's say they did come out with that bundle. No Connect, $400. You buy that, and then through a couple months of gaming, a lot of people that they got the version with the Connect. You can ask them and say, "Hey, is it good? Is it crap? Tell me what." If everyone says that, "No, it's great. I love it. It's the best thing I ever bought." Then you can go and buy the Kinect for $100. I mean, that's what you can do right now with the original one. You can go and buy it separately. So that should be an option. And if they did that, I think they would be in a really good position. But like I said, right now I'm actually been happy. I really have. And this whole game sale thing, that was awesome. I hope you guys took advantage of that if you didn't know about it. Now, one thing that they did that made me unhappy in the last week was the defense grid thing. Now, I did that video, and my facts actually were not 100% in that video. I was really pissed, and I thought it was a pretty entertaining video nonetheless, so I decided to keep it up there. I was actually considering taking it down. I want to tell you what the actual facts are, and how confusing it really was, and how I feel about it now that I'm not just really upset and angry. Because I haven't played the game. That's the first thing I should say. I never downloaded it, I never played it, and I'm doing that on principle. But let's talk about defense grid and that whole thing again. Now, one thing that was left in the comments of that video probably 100 times, which was pretty true to be honest. When they got up on stage, and I mean Microsoft, and they announced that, they actually never said when Halo 3 or Assassin's Creed 2 was going to be made free. They just said that these are a couple examples of games that were going to be free. So that's the first thing. But I gotta be honest, that was fucking confusing. And that was really confusing to a lot of people. Because it seems like the majority of people you were to ask about that took away from that whole thing in E3 that those two games were going to be made free in July. And if you go and you look on YouTube right now, and I promise you can do this, I did this before, and you find other people like in other channels talking about this, even big channels, a lot of those people are actually saying in those videos when they bring up, yeah, apparently Microsoft's going to give away 2 free games, they'll say something along the lines of Halo 3 and Assassin's Creed 2 are going to be made free in July. Now, I've had several people tell me this, which I kind of remember this, but I'm not 100%, so I don't want to state this as fact, but this is what people have been telling me, is that once they made the announcement, they released something on the dashboard. Now, I remember that, and I seen it, and I even read it. It was something on the dashboard for Xbox, and it said, free games for gold members. And if you were to click on that, what people were telling me is that it actually said in that document that Halo 3 and Assassin's Creed 2 were going to be made free in July. What does that mean, if that is true? Because like I said, I can't remember exactly what it said, but this is what's been told to me. If it said that, it doesn't really matter, okay? It still doesn't matter, because if they didn't say it when they announced it at E3, it could just be that the person who put that there was confused. But that's really funny if you think about that, if that is true. That would mean that one of the employees at Microsoft, he or she, wrote that, put that on the dashboard, and they were just confused themselves. It doesn't matter if Defense Grid is a good game or a bad game. It doesn't matter. Most people say it's a pretty fun game, it's whatever. But one thing they really did talk about, and they gave most people the impression of, was that we were going to get full-length games, popular games that you could pretty much recognize by name. Older games, but still, Assassin's Creed 2, you're like, have you ever heard of Assassin's Creed 2? Oh yeah. Halo 3, everybody's heard of that. Mass Effect 1, for example, Mass Effect 2, most people will know of those games. Those are fan favorites. And apparently they did this whole thing where the fans could vote on what is considered to be fan favorite. And all those games are old. Now, on that list, apparently, Defense Grid, that wasn't on that list. Like, so where did that come from? Like, what the hell is that about? I mean, the games on that list would be like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. That would be a great game to release for free. And I don't know why they don't do something like that. Anything multiplayer is a good idea. Because for one, the population online will explode for that game if they make it free. Once you have people wanting to play Call of Duty 4 again, which is the best Call of Duty, there's no question of that, okay? There's no question. It doesn't matter if you don't like Call of Duty, that is a good game, okay? if people got back on that game and started playing it, there's going to be tons of new people, there's going to be tons of veterans, and people are going to want to get the DLCs, the map packs, whatever. And they're going to make money off of that. Same with Halo. Halo 3 actually requires you, I think, to have the map packs, to have the DLCs, to play certain playlists and stuff, or really most of the playlists. I kind of remember that Halo 3 did that and was real fucked up for a lot of people, that Bungie actually made it so that you had to have the DLCs to play almost every playlist but like one or two. So they're gonna make money. Like, people are gonna want to play those games. They're gonna want to get those DLCs, and they'll still make money from that. It's a really good idea for them to release games like that. And I'm just really confused about the whole defense grid. I still don't get it. They should have known better. They should have known that people were gonna get angry. They should have known that people were confused. They didn't really know like what was coming out. They thought it was going to be Assassin's Creed 2. They thought it was going to be Halo 3. So the second that they don't get those games on the first, people are like, "What the fuck?" and they're going to overreact like myself. So, I mean, that's just the thing. Hopefully they don't do that again. Like, hopefully on the 16th we will get Halo 3 or we will get Assassin's Creed 2. We don't know yet. I mean, that's the craziest part about this whole free games for gold. They don't announce it until the day before. That's what happened with Defense Grid. I mean, literally, the day before it came out, they announced it. So, I mean, come on now. If they're going to release another arcade game or something, it has to be like Casual Crashers, because that is a really popular game. People love that game, and I'm sure they would want to get that for free if possible. And it's recognizable. That's the big part about it. These games were meant to be games that you know of, you've heard of, and you might want to play for the first time or play again. So hopefully they'll do that. But, honestly, besides the whole defense grid thing, I have been happy with Microsoft. I think that they are trying to redeem themselves, and I think that they are in some degrees. So as of right now, like I said, I'm pleased. And unless they do something really stupid, which God knows they will, I mean, there's always that really high possibility of them saying something really dumb or doing something really dumb. But for right now, it's good times. So, anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this. Please like and favorite this video for me, and also subscribe if you haven't. If you come across any interesting news articles about gaming or whatever, go ahead and send me the link, and if I make a video about it, I will give you a shout out and put your channel in the description. Hope you guys have a nice day, and peace out.